Hi, I'm Jill Williams from Wildside Productions. We're a film and television company specialising in conservation and sustainability. So we're delighted this year to be able to welcome you to the 2023 World Responsible Tourism Awards. Here with me today is the Chair of Judges and the founder of the awards, Emeritus Professor Harold Goodwin. Harold, hello and welcome. Harold, I'm lucky enough to have had a sneak preview at your Zoom calls where you've told people that they've won one of these awards. And what really came over was how thrilled they were, and also what a difference winning one of these awards is going to make to their organisation or to their business and the work they're trying to do. What's the history of these awards?
Justin Francis of ResponsibleTravel.com and I launched the awards in 2004, which was the year that BA ceased to run the Tourism for Tomorrow Awards. And one of the pleasing things for me as chair of judges is to see stronger and stronger winners coming through every year, and this year is no exception. We've got awards programs this year running in Africa and in India, and we've got some really good gold winners from those awards, all of whom were entered into the global awards. And it's those global awards that we're announcing today.
Okay, moving on to the exciting bit. Tell me about this year's categories.
So the first category is on addressing climate change. The second is on meaningful connections, really how does the tourist engage with local communities. Then we're into local sourcing of craft and food, the real sense of what the destination is about and the benefits to local communities. Then nature positive in the context of the biodiversity crisis that we all know we face. Then we move on to plastic waste. And finally, we look at diversity and inclusion. How can we celebrate the world's diversity and include as many people as possible in both the experience of tourism and also benefiting from it?
Could you tell me a little bit more about the judging process?
We advertise the awards and we ask people to enter. People who have entered tell me it takes them a couple of days to put the information together. And I say, well, the information should be being used on your website anyway. So whatever you're doing for us to enter the awards, think about using it in other ways as well. But they tell me it takes a couple of days to put the information together. We say very clearly that whatever they put on the form is what we will use to make the decisions. So beware, if you tell us things on the form which turn out not to be true, that could be really embarrassing for you as a company. So I'm very happy with the integrity of the awards. We've never been offered a bribe, let alone ever taken one, and that gives me a lot of pleasure. What I would say, and some of you will say, well, I know a business that's doing more than that. Remember, the judges can only choose from amongst those businesses that enter. So if there are businesses you know should be winning awards, remind them that they need to enter.
Let's move on to the categories then. Our first one, as I understand it, is addressing climate change. Tell me about that award.
We've been trying with this category for some time now, as you would expect, given the scale of the problem of climate change. This year, I'm really excited. Weaver, which is based out of South Africa, it comes with a long pedigree of commitment to responsibility across the board. But Weaver has managed to come up with a system which can be used by businesses large and small to manage all of their environmental and social impacts. It's a really brilliant new system. It's going to change the face of the way people report their impacts, their positive impacts, and show the way they're minimising their negative impacts.
Every contribution counts, no matter how small. All you need to do is start. The more you know, the more you can drive change. Inspire. But don't stop there. Act with purpose. And make every bit count.
2023
It's a digital solution that needs to become as pervasive in tourism operations as your bookkeeping platform or your accounting platform. We drop in every now and again this idea of impact accounting, but that is effectively what you're doing. And at the end of the day, you want to balance your impact and then skew it towards the positive.
So it's my great pleasure, indeed my honour, Julie and Rosie, to tell you that you have won the Global Award for climate change.
You're joking!
On our birthday, Jules!
I can't believe this, Harold. That's amazing. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Megan. I'm so excited.
Congratulations, you guys deserve it. You really
Yeah, absolutely. You make us proud, that Africa can really be the sort of spotlight Africa as a place that's making those changes and making a real impact in the world.
Tell me about the next category, Best for Diversity and Inclusion.
This is quite a tough category because it's not easy to demonstrate the way in which you're making a culture available to others and particularly benefiting from it. But the Rede Batuk network of organisations have about 140,000 tourists visit the different members of the network each year. And it's a network of seriously disadvantaged individuals and communities in Bahia, in northeast Brazil. And what was extraordinary for me was that this is a community made up of both the landless, but also the escaped slaves. And we all forget that Brazil had slavery too. It wasn't just an African phenomenon. And it's really exciting to see tourism being used as one of the ways in which these communities have established themselves in the modern world and to some extent liberated themselves from their oppressed past.
Network was born within the people's social movement to defend the community-led tourism in Bahia, Brazil. In 2015, we were 9 community tourism initiatives, united to seek public policies, sales, and management. Today, we are 40, present in 7 of Bahia's 13 tourist zones. We are indigenous, quilombo, fishing, family farming, and urban communities, with common values of collective management, solidarity economy, and a passion to protect our cultures and environment and our people. Our tourism activities stimulate our economies, recognize our history and culture, and support our fight for regenerative local development. This production chain includes fishing, food production, family homestay, handicrafts, and cultural performance. Your most recent survey, our community's monthly income totaled 200,000 real, with over 4,000 visits per year.
It's a great honour to have the responsibility of telling you that Rede Batuk has won the Global Award for Diversity and Inclusion in the Responsible Tourism Awards in 2023.
Legal, gente. Vou traduzir. A gente está aqui, na verdade, anunciando para vocês que vocês foram os ganhadores globais do Responsible Tourism Awards. Na categoria de vocês, parabéns para vocês. Eu também estou emocionado.
Thank you so much.
No, you don't need to thank me. We need to thank you.
Oh, thank you. Nossa.
Thank you very much. It's a real honour. We greatly appreciate it because it really makes a difference to us.
Moving on to the next category, this one is Best for Meaningful Connections.
Yes, I mean, at the heart of responsible tourism is the idea that the tourist too should have a stronger relationship. We talk about the community and the tourist and the host and the guest relationship. That's really where the focus of this category is. And this year there are 2 global winners in this category, 2 very different approaches. So the first one is Soar Excursions in the Rann of Kutch in Gujarat. Very small operator offering very intense experiences of working with the local community, sharing in their craft and having a very intimate relationship with the craft and the culture of those communities.
I'm Niyati from Soar Excursions, a company dedicated to offering meaningful, experiential and responsible tourism experiences to a diverse range of clients. Our mission is simple, to foster meaningful connections for our tourists with Gujarat's local, pastoralist, nomadic and indigenous communities. We create opportunities for dignified source of livelihood for different communities through tourism. We do more than just tours. We create experiences. Our tours include craft-based workshops, meaningful conversation, and shared meals with community members. These interactions build bridges, fostering deep connections and lasting memories. But we don't stop there. We've created livelihood-based projects to provide steady secondary source of livelihood. Additionally, we provide essential support like distributing ration kits, arranging routine medical checkups, and facilitating market connections for the handcrafted goods. So when you choose Soar Excursions, you are not just experiencing Gujarat. You're contributing to sustainable, dignified livelihoods and helping these communities soar high. When the tourists, when they come to visit, we try to give a very meaningful experience. It's never about just, there's no goal, there's no aim, there's no end goal of it, but just to foster a meaningful connection.
It is my great honour and pleasure to tell you that you have won the Global Award for Meaningful Connection.
Oh my God, thank you. This is the first time that we have applied for something so big. Thank you so much for putting your faith in me.
Tell me about the second winner in this category.
Well, the second is completely different. The second is Utandu from Cape Town, and they work with lots of different tour operators. But what they do is to offer groups and individuals coming to Cape Town the opportunity to engage positively with local communities. It's very definitely not voyeurism, but what comes out of that is a steady stream of money going to support local community activity in the townships, really bringing a richness to the culture which Utando makes a significant financial contribution to by harnessing the money that tourists are willing to donate to these experiences.
Let's have a look.
We are using our one excursion per day to open the door of these community projects to the world. We are not looking at poverty, remember. We are taking people to visit and engage some of the most inspiring, innovative, courageous community activists. And we are enabling them to tell their story. And in that process, there is the possibility that we can raise significant funds for them. During COVID, when in April 2020, when our tours stopped overnight, in the first month of COVID, we received more than 1 million rand from people that had been on our tours from all around the world. And the reason they did that was because they had visited the projects that we were going to be providing funding to. And they were touched in a very sincere way, not a contrived way, not a voyeuristic way, but in a very sincere and heartfelt reflection of programs that they visited. And COVID-19 was an amazing experience for us because it showed the kindness of people all around the world, first of all, but it was also a reflection on the impact that our excursions had had on people, that they wanted to reach out and help.
James, it won't surprise you at all to know that we are going to give you the Global Award this year.
Wow.
For your work.
Thank you, Harold. Thank you very much. I'm very honored and humbled.
It's so well deserved. But I mean, the work you do is just so far-reaching and has such great impact. So it's amazing. You should be really proud.
Yeah, and you're such an inspiration to the industry to be really choosing to be making a difference. And now a real
the whole world is looking at Africa because of what you're doing. So amazing. Well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very honored and humbled, and just remember that it's not me. It's not just me. I mean, you know, I'm one piece of the puzzle. There's my colleague Kalani. There's all of the community projects. They're an integral part of it. So I'm just one piece of a puzzle.
Our next category is best for local sourcing, craft and food. Tell us about this one.
Well, obviously, the local craft and the food, the music in the destination is a big part of that guest experience when they meet with the host. And it produces a way in which you can encounter the host without it being exploitative. I always say that the most important thing is that you are there having those experiences with people who also are in the audience from the community. It's not just about something just put on for tourists. Again, we have 2 winners in this category, partly because we had such extraordinary entries this year for the awards. They're 2 very different approaches. The first winner in this category was Kerala. Now, Kerala has won awards many times from us, but what they've done this year, and it is new, is that they've started to provide the opportunity for tourists to have an experience of the ethnic foods of Kerala, but have the experience in the home of a local person who will cook that food for you. That happens in a few destinations around the world, but we think that's a really important way of enabling people to get to know the local culture and to engage with local communities in a non-exploitative, equal way as host and guest.
We are promoting women-friendly tourism activities in Kerala. Through that, we are aiming to make Kerala as a 100% women-friendly tourism destination. So that supports the travelers, tourists, as well as the local community members. We have a project called Experience Ethnic Cuisine Network. We are providing local cuisine to the tourists in a homely environment.
So, Rupesh and Biji, it is my great honour and privilege to tell you that Kerala has won the Global Award yet again, this time for the best local sourcing of craft and food. So, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all support.
Tell me about the second winner in this category.
Well, the second winner, Jill, is completely different. It's Ngwenya Glass, which I first visited 25 years ago. It's a remarkable business turning waste glass into ornaments and various other things which they sell around the world. But what Ngwenya have done is to open up the opportunity and created an incubator for local craft businesses and food producers with a major market which is run on their land adjacent to the Ngwenya Glass factory. It's a really remarkable example of what one business can do to benefit lots of other smaller business from Eswatini.
I'm sure by now we don't have to tell you that here at Ngwenya Glass, all our products are completely hand-blown from 100% recycled glass. We have a mini solar farm on our roofs, and we use old cooking oil to fire our furnace. In our production, we use old newspaper and grey water collected off our roofs in order to manufacture our products. Each product goes through a minimum of 13 loving hands before it leaves our doors. We donate a percentage of our worldwide sales to the Elephant and Rhino Fund here in Eswatini. The environment, our staff, and community around us are extremely important to us. We are a green, fair trade, and circular economy company. Without our customers and supporters, we could not help improve our communities by helping to pay orphan school fees, build ablution blocks at local clinics, and help our staff look after their families and to prosper in their lives. At Ngwenya Glass, we are more than just glass.
Guys, it's my great honour and privilege to tell you that you've just won the Global Award.
Really?
Are you really surprised?
Yeah, I mean, we're not very good at blowing our own trumpet, and we don't often participate in these things because, yeah, I mean, for us, it's just in our DNA. It's just something we do all the time, and I mean, to get an accolade like that is absolutely awesome. It really is. But it's just who we are and what we do and how we do it, and yeah, we're proud of it.
That's amazing in its own. It's just what you do, and yeah, congratulations. It's a wonderful achievement, and we're very proud that you come from Africa and you've won this global award.
Thank you very, very much. I'm honoured. Thank you.
Our next category, Harold, is one that's near and dear to my heart. Best for nature positive tourism. Tell us about that.
We wanted to have this category because we've for a long time been looking for businesses which are making a real positive contribution to improving biodiversity. And actually, we don't get many applications in this category. It's not easy to prove that you're making a difference. But Wildlife Act is particularly interesting. It's based out of Southern Africa, and they are using volunteers to work with local communities to generate a real understanding of wildlife conservation and demonstrating that you can improve the extent of the biodiversity. So we were very pleased to see this particular application this year.
Africa's got a population of 1.4 billion. By the end of the century, it will be 4. So we need to move far faster than we have and realize that that the ability for communities to connect with, take pride in and ownership of the places that they live in, especially communities living on protected areas, is critical. So we developed a program. It's actually been going for quite a while now, but what I get emotional about is this idea that we had these ideas about bringing nature to kids, but what they give us feedback is that for the first time in their lives, a child slept in their own bed, they had their own toothbrush, they had their own plate and spoon. They had a flush toilet. So this was the games that they played. So at the end of the day, we realized what we had taught them was secondary, and the inspiration that they received by just feeling cared for and feeling that they were special.
Johan, it's an absolute pleasure for me to tell you that you've won the Global Award for Best for Nature Positive Tourism.
That is amazing, guys. This is fantastic, and it means so much in terms of our ability to not only create credibility around what we do, but also motivate our staff and why they do things. So thank you very much.
Harold, I was really pleased to see the inclusion of the next category, Best for Tackling Plastic Waste. Tell me about this one.
I'm pleased too, because we finally managed to get beyond just not having plastic straws. This is the future of how tourism deals with plastic waste. La Mala, who are the winners of this global category, have worked with a local company, Dunida, to upcycle the plastic waste. Now, interestingly, La Mala no longer uses any plastics in their own operation, but of course the tourists who travel to their camp in Tanzania bring waste plastic with them. So they've been collecting this waste plastic together and turning it into school desks.
Wondering how we turn this into this? We're going to show you how. We believe in the potential of waste plastic and love turning it into beautiful furniture. The end game? To remove all plastic from our landfills, waterways, and oceans, and provide a solution for this raw product, otherwise seen as rubbish. It all starts with a team of waste pickers who collect the plastic rubbish. This is then sorted, shredded, cleaned, and fed into a profiling machine where it is heated to a non-toxic temperature and cast as 100% recycled planks, greenwood. This greenwood is then taken to a carpentry workshop where it is planed, welded, carved, upholstered, and ultimately beautifully handcrafted into unique furniture.
I think it all started 2016. So my wife got the contract to build 2 more lodges for La Mala in northern Tanzania. And those 2 lodges invested heavily in solar power for all its power provision and in water filtration systems. The water filtration systems allowed us not to have to move huge weight of water and plastic water bottles. So we thought we'd eliminated plastic water bottles in camp by just putting in water stations with water fountains and giving everybody an aluminium water bottle. What we didn't factor in is that we then were having clients arrive with large numbers of plastic water bottles. So we hadn't eliminated, we had mitigated the problem. So in order to eliminate the problem, we collected all those water bottles and found, with our partners Dania, a solution for the use of those. So we built large recycled plastic bins in each and every car park for all our properties where we collected, we collect wastewater bottles. Those crates are large enough to hold, at the time, 15 kilograms worth of plastic water bottles. Each one of those could be turned into the extrapolated plastic planks, which we use to build the school desks.
So it's my honour and privilege to say that you have won this year's Global Award for Best for Tackling Waste Plastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys deserve it.
One of the things which has always distinguished the Responsible Tourism Awards from other awards in the industry is that we've always been very clear about what the award is for. And on the website, you can find the judges' citations, which make very clear why the particular company or organisation has been awarded.
Tell me about what's happening next year.
So the really exciting news about next year is that we do have a new sponsor, and it's Sabre.
Okay.
And it's exciting that it's Sabre because they have distribution in over 100 countries and they will never be competitors in the awards. They're a clean, neutral platform for us to build the credibility of the awards as we become even bigger on the global stage.
The opportunity to sponsor the 2024 Responsible Tourism Awards was fantastic because it gives us the chance to shine a light on this best practice, some of the very best responsible tourism projects in the world, fascinating stories and case studies that are scalable and where, lessons learned are measured and tracked. The human element, I guess, almost of what the systems that are going on in the background.
Thanks for watching to the end. What I would say is that we've awarded these businesses because they are doing something we think is outstanding and which should be replicated. We're not saying that they're the world's best business in X, Y, or Z. We are saying that they've done something really remarkable, that they deserve to be recognised for it. But even more important to me is that we're trying to accelerate the process of change. So if you see something here that you like, please copy it. We need to have far more responsible tourism in the world.
Harold, thank you very much. We're going to look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you.